Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of the career mode today, guys, on F1 2016. We are here for the Chinese Grand Prix race stream, and as you just saw, we were terrible in the race, and in qualifying, starting last place on the grid, and this should be quite fun to do anyway. But anyway, hope everyone's having a great afternoon anyway. I'm certainly not, because I'm ill, if anyone does not know. This morning I was vomiting in the early hours, and I wasn't actually going to stream, but I had a nice nap and woke up about a few hours ago, an hour and a bit ago. So I thought I'd get this out for you guys because I have missed doing this, and it's what's important. So we are here, guys, for the career mode on F1 2016, and it's 50% by the way, Casper. So one thing I am going to be checking, guys, is for the race of the substream, if I do stream it, is the fact that I will be checking the what's it majiggy called? On OBS about the delays, because obviously for the race of the subs you guys were on there. So nice to see you guys give me some support of get well soon, which is important on there, because I actually wasn't going to do this today, but you guys deserved this episode because it's been 2 days since I last did this. So on there, so that's what's important. So pray for Ryan. Thank you, Swagstar. Let's get that going, guys, as a hashtag. So Ryan, do you think you can get the mod on Xbox One? No, you can't mod Aaron on the Xbox One. This is on PC, so you can only mod on this, sadly, on the PC version of the game. So one thing I will say, guys, to add a bit of a mix to the storyline complex is there has been talks, there's been rumours that the chassis of this car isn't the actual build of the Little More GP chassis. So we've apparently there are rumours going around the paddock that I didn't even know about as a driver, that the design team are actually been working on a new chassis which could be launched in Spain potentially. So there are some rumours, guys, some potential rumours. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen on there. So if you guys are hyped for this rumour that's going around the paddock, then that's what we want to see. So you never know, guys. There could be a slight change of chassis depending on if the design team gets somewhere. But today's challenge, guys, we're going back to Australia for the light challenge, and this one we're going to start this off. It's going to be a bit of a cheeky one, and I know some of you guys are here for what you want to see. But our target, guys, for this stream to achieve one upgrade is if we get 150 likes on this stream in the race by the end of the race. So once we cross the line, that is going to be our upgrade. And if we beat our objective, of course, we will get another upgrade as well. So we could potentially getting 2 upgrades, guys, in this episode if we get that. So more of that will be in the actual thing race stream as well. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off, guys. Casper, thank you so much for subscribing, mate, as well. See how we get on that. But anyway, guys, without further ado, we're going to start this episode off, guys. So sit back, enjoy, make sure to slap a like on it, guys, and also subscribe if you want more of this content on the channel, as we are nearing 11,500 subscribers already, which is absolutely insane. So without further ado, guys, sit back, enjoy. It is time for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's do this, guys. Enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome back to the F1 2016 live career mode being streamed right now on YouTube. We are here for the 3rd round of the championship in Season 4. It is China, one of my worst tracks on the calendar if you also include Hungary, for the Chinese Grand Prix for episode 110 of career mode on there. So in qualifying, guys, if you did see, we didn't particularly do well, unfortunately. We came last, so it is going to be a sort of last to first challenge, guys. So well, we're not going to win the race, but we're going to do a last to objective challenge in this one. On there. In the last episode, guys, in Bahrain, we got taken out by Jody and Palmer in the race, which was a bit annoying, but the tyre wear glitch did hinder us a little bit, so I was a bit annoyed about that, and frustrated on there. So in this episode, guys, we didn't get any upgrades, unfortunately, from Bahrain, but we do need to start getting some upgrades on the car. As you can see, we've dropped to the worst team now in the field, so a massive upgrade is needed, which is going to be the big challenge today, which I will talk to in a minute on there. If anyone's interested, the championship as it stands is Max Verstappen leads the way on 33 points, 8 points clear ahead of Lewis Hamilton and 10 points ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, with 12 points behind from the surprise of Nico Hulkenberg in the Force India, which I'm actually quite surprised about. So I'm glad to see that Force India up there. And as you can see in the constructors, we're P9, so we're the best of the worst teams, which is obviously a big sign of great things to come in this one. But before we go into our objectives, guys, for this one, we're going to hear from Emma of what we've got to do in the race. So let's hear what she has to say.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
So for our objective, we've got to finish 21st, which I kind of feel we're going to do that, guys. So we will probably get an upgrade here in this episode, but we've got to finish high ahead of Rita Haryanto and beat our teammate Marcus Ericsson and be 18th or higher in the championship. So that's our objectives, guys. For our bonus objective, which I asked you guys in the first announcement of Season 4, is some stipulations. We're going back to one which we did further back in Australia, which was to hit a light goal target, and if we do that, guys, we get another upgrade. So for our potential second upgrade, we have to hit a target, and that target, guys, is 150 likes on this stream or anywhere close to that. So we get around 140 plus, then we will get another upgrade. So I want you guys to look at the screen right now if you're watching this live. Think of an upgrade which could work for our car especially, and see how we get on with that one on there. So I'll leave it up there for a couple of seconds, and then we'll get on to the race, guys, in China. But make sure, guys, to slap a like and subscribe if you want to see more content of the career mode series, guys, over the next course of the next few weeks, as I'm going to try and get Season 4 done as quickly as possible as we move on to Season 5. But there has been rumours, guys, that this car that we're running right now isn't the actual Littlemore GP chassis, as we were obviously did a last minute decision to get the team taken over from Sauber, and we are building another chassis as we speak. So you never know, guys, what could happen by Spain, because there's a rumour that a new chassis could be coming to the team, which is, you know, the actual Littlemore GP livery. But we'll wait, you know what I mean, on there. But without further ado, guys, let's head to the track then for the Chinese Grand Prix. Can we get something out of this, guys? And maybe with a bit of strategy work could get a cheeky point. We'll wait and see. But without further ado, it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's do this, guys.
Hard work, ingenuity and ambition. All things you'll find in abundance amongst the 15 million people of Shanghai over there to our southeast. And we've got plenty of that here on the grid as well. 20,000 horsepower, give or take, chomping at the bit to be unleashed for the Chinese Grand Prix. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill and a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1, and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. As the drivers complete their preparations down below us on the grid, one man who's no stranger to the pre-race pressure is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
You were expected to be in a higher grid position than this. Let's push hard on the first few laps and move up a few places.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Kvyat, Felipe Massa and Grosjean, Rosberg, Raikkonen, Hamilton and Carlos Sainz, Button, Perez, Esteban Gutierrez and Hulkenberg, Alonso, Magnussen, Pascal Wehrlein and Marcus Ericsson, Palmer and Haryanto, Valtteri Bottas, and a Sauber rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we go, guys, on the grid then for the Chinese Grand Prix, and if you guys did not know, we are running the harder tyre strategy, which could work in our favour here. As you can see, we are doing a 2-stop strategy, which has been recommended to me by Jeff, so we are going to do this strategy for you guys, and we're going to stick with it, because last time we did something different, like we did in flipping Bahrain, it went a bit bad there. One thing I will say, guys, about this mod is, as you can hear from David Croft, unfortunately it says a Sauber driver, which is a bit annoying, but that can't be changed, sadly. So do ignore that, guys, in future references on there. And our target today, guys, if you do not know, is 150 likes. If we can get that, guys, we will get an objective of an upgrade as well as being our target. So we could get 2 potential upgrades, guys, which could have a massive impact for us moving up the field. So we'll wait and see if you guys could smash that, but we'll wait and see how we got on there. No formation episode, driven straight into this race then here in China. We've got Bottas right in front of us there, which is a bit of a surprise, but anyway, here we go. It is race 3 of season 4. The lights are out and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix, and what a start from us, getting past Bottas already. Ericsson, our teammate, had a poor start as well. We're going to take to the inside of our teammate Marcus Ericsson and try and get past Ria Haryanto into turn 1, and we do so, and both the Renaults as well, and even, I think that was Hulkenberg as well, and Pascal Wehrlein, who's been held up by a few people. So we're going to hold up to dry around the outside, so Wehrlein's got his position back. We are up to 16th place, make that 17th as I've run a little bit wide on there, as the man who took us out in flipping Bahrain last time out, Palmer's got through, and also, I don't know who that was actually, Magnussen, as Hulkenberg's been checked up by Wehrlein, so we're going to take his place back. So now the field will start to spread out a little bit more, but we are up to 16th place, which is absolutely fantastic. We're already miles ahead of our team's objective of 21st place, so we will be getting potentially an upgrade by the end of this episode, guys. Fingers crossed that we do so on there as the back end slides out there. So a lot of work needs to be done with this car, because at the minute it just doesn't feel right. So come into the section there, just squeezing Hulkenberg out a little bit there, who is on the same tyre as us, along with, I think that's Fernando Alonso as well in front of us on the soft tyre. So we'll wait and see what you guys think of what on there. But the issue I have with this China at turn 1, they will slow down in the train, especially at the snail section. So like here, for example, like Wehrlein nearly hit in the back of Alonso and had to slow right down to avoid contact, and obviously that's not the correct entry speed for the corner, so that's how we got so close to taking him out there. Running a bit wide at the last corner, which is going to help Hulkenberg in his cause to try and get back at us. So Hulkenberg's still there, but we are in 16th place, so it's a good start from us, and hopefully this 2-stop strategy here is going to help us try and move up the field, as Raikkonen is going backwards. He's now down to 10th, being passed by Carlos Sainz. We're going to try and go on the outside of Wehrlein, because he's on the super soft tyre, as we've been glued to him, like we saw in the race with the substream, that we got glued to someone and we got spun round. So luckily we got out of the glue glitch, or something I like to call it really, the glue diffuser glitch and spin. So luckily we got out of that without a spin, and we would have been demoted to last place. So, but I want to try and get past Wehrlein quickly, because he will be pitting very early, because those super softs are not the tyre to be on in this race. I can definitely say that to you guys. Not the best tyre to be on, because you'll be pitting at the end of like lap 3 or something, or even lap 2 that I did in the career mode. I think it was season 1 or season 2. So definitely something that I want to why I wanted to go for the harder tyre choice this weekend, this race weekend. On there. But later tonight, guys, if I'm feeling 100% better, because if you guys do not know, I was sick this morning, and I was supposed to be at Autosport today, but I'm not because of my illness, and I wasn't actually going to stream today because of my illness, but I felt you guys deserved a video, because I've not uploaded in the last 2 days, and I just feel it's right. So I put you guys in front of my health. So if I do feel sick, guys, or I am going to throw up, I will have to end the stream as a bit of a disclaimer. So hopefully that won't be the case. We can get to the end of this one, because then I can have a nice rest and hopefully feel a bit better for the race with the subs later this evening at 8 o'clock or 8:15. Time to be confirmed on that one. So it'll be good to race against you guys on there. We're going to try and go on the outside of Pascal Wehrlein here And this would be a brilliant move into turn 1, and we have done. We're still side by side with the young German going into the exit of the snail section, and would he have better traction than us, or we will? We actually are still side by side with Pascal Wehrlein going into the hairpin section, and we get it done. Finally past him there, but he closed the door on him there, but we move up to P14. Great battling there with Pascal Wehrlein. I've got to give him props for that on there. So I actually am going to cough in a minute because I do feel like coughing. So when I get to the pits, I'm going to mute my mic. If I can hold this cough back, wait to the pits, mute my mic, and then cough, and then just unmute my mic, and then you guys won't hear the cough. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen in this case. So we'll wait and see if that's the case. But that is another heads up, guys. If you hear me coughing, I do apologise, but I'm not 100% better, if that makes any sense. So anyway, we're going to come out of the second snail section, and we're going to hunt down Fernando Alonso next in P13. But I will be going on to the soft tyre. We're going to not be doing anything different, so we're going to try and get past. Look at the speed we've got in this car, the Ferrari engine. And we've been glued. See, this is the thing, we've been glued. I'm trying to get rid of Alonso, but come on. Oh, thank you, Alonso. Thank you so much with your gluing. Oh, for God's sake. Screw you, Alonso, and Gutierrez as well. But didn't really help us there with that fact. But that's what I mean with the glue situation. I literally turned right, and Alonso just carried on pushing me into the wall. I would have done a bit better there, but we just locked up, and here comes Alonso. Oh great, look who it is again, it's Fernando Alonso, and we're coming out right in front of the pack as well, the leaders as well, which is definitely what I want. And Massa's made contact with me as well, so everyone is having a bit of go at me today. I don't know what's going on, and I've got an illegal overtake on Alonso apparently, so we've got to give him the position back. And who's this now? Raikkonen, is it? Oh, it is Raikkonen. Oh, right, got to see how this damages, but we're already a pit stop behind the race leaders, and I think Hamilton is leading the pack, so this has been a bit of a disappointing start, I'm not going to lie. So hopefully the damage is not too serious and we can push a bit harder on these soft tyres and try and still do the two-stop strategy, which I really want to do in this race because I feel it's the best race tyre, the soft tyre. So fingers crossed we can go a bit longer and push these tyres, but they're already on 22% already, so bit of a concern, but not a big concern at the minute, as they're on 30-odd% on the rears and 22 on both front tyres. But we are pulling away from Alonso, so that's definitely encouraging signs. But Hamilton's on the super soft, surprisingly, so I love this super glue Alonso edition. Lovely, lovely. I love to see that. So, as I was saying before, we had our glue incident with Alonso. The car that you're seeing, guys, is not the actual Littlemore GP. We're just using an old chassis from Sauber before we took over the team. So it isn't the actual car that we're running. So just want to give a bit of a heads up there, guys, on that front. So here's Sainz. We passed Carlos Sainz. We've got Sergio Perez or Checo ahead of us in P12. It's just come out the pits. We've got a command from Jeff, which I won't look at just yet until we cross the line, as Perez is running very slowly there. So we'll see what Jeff's got to say right now before we get past Perez. Jeff wants me to pit this lap, but we're not going to. We've got to stay out. We've got to keep going as we get past Perez, who's just come out on cold super softs, but he will come back at us in this middle sector. So we're up to 12th. So the damage doesn't seem that big of a difference. We'll lose maybe a tenth or two on our best lap until we make a pit stop, of course. So hopefully I'm going to try and stay out as long as possible on these tyres. They don't seem to be off the cliff just yet, but they seem okay for the minute. So as I need to just, my wheel's gone again, so I'm going to do that quickly, guys. So just need to check my wheel. Right, I'm back. Wheel recentered again, and secondly, the fact that my wheel went off as well, and I've fixed the problem. So, just gonna check everything's working now. Yep, wheel is now centered. So let's continue on. Massive apologies for that pause, but this is what I have to do now, and we had this in the qualifying stream about what 15 minutes ago. So definitely not what I want right now. So that's why I've got the top left-hand donation thing going on. Oh my god, look at the speed, look at the train of cars. This is going to be scary going into this hairpin. To go full turn here, and we just hold off Sergio Perez, which is not going to help his cause in this race. So as we're going to hold up the pack, as Hamilton now sets the fastest lap of the race, as we are going to be hunted down by both Perez and Carlos Sainz. Here he comes in someone we've actually been tapped behind from Perez. Same situation as Jody and Palmer in the last race in Bahrain, so definitely not what I wanted right there for this race, and I might pick this lap actually, because I do not want another repeat of Bahrain like we saw with Jody and Palmer with Perez. So hopefully we can carry on without any more issues with my wheel, but I've just got a feeling it is going to happen once again. I'm just craving it. As Gutierrez has got a problem now with his car, which is quite well, actually no, it doesn't make any odds because he was last in this race. A little bit wide, but our tyres are starting to go off the cliff just a little bit. Here comes Perez once again. And he actually stays back for a change, which is definitely what I would love to see. No, we won't, Jeff. We need to try and pull away here. So we run very wide as we lose grip in these soft tyres, as Sainz and Perez get through, and Kimi Räikkönen as well. We're going to be sitting ducks, so we may as well go into lean and just ride with them for a little bit, as Marcus Ericson's still out on track, as you can see. As we will make a pit stop this time by off the softs and go on to another set of softs. Hopefully Räikkönen doesn't hold us up here, and he's actually coming to the pits with me, Räikkönen. So Räikkönen definitely doing a what is my wheel doing? Like, I'm fixed to 50 miles an hour down the pit lane. How is that possible? No idea what that is, what's just happened. I couldn't go on the power, but luckily we didn't get a penalty for speeding, so I do not know what the hell happened there. So I don't know what's going on right now. So 9.1 seconds, we're down in second to last, but no idea what was going on there in the entry to the pits. It just stuck me on 50 miles an hour, like, straight away. And I thought it was my wheel going again with the pedals, but it wasn't that. I don't know what's going on with this game today. I do not know. It's really weird what's going on. But now we've got a brand new wing, we can start to push a little bit more. And Kimi Räikkönen's there, so I'm going to have to follow Räikkönen. The gap is 8 seconds, so I think he's on the same strategy as Hamilton and co. So he may pop out just right in the middle of that pack, so we'll wait and see at the minute. But 8 seconds is the gap to Räikkönen, so hopefully we can start to push a little bit more now, as I know he is going to be on the free stop strategy and the rest of the pack will. Jenson Button, by the way, guys, leads this race in this one. GG Cody's. Yep. So as long as I can maintain the pace to Räikkönen at the minute, that would be ideal, but Räikkönen there on his second stop, on his second set of tyres, I think it is, so I think he could be doing 4 stops maybe, or even it has to be a 4 stop for Räikkönen, because 2 super softs and he's done what, 7 laps on them? It's a bit fishy, so he will be quick, but his tyres are going to be off, so he will be pitting, I believe, for another set of the soft tyre, because I think his strategy has to be the soft and the mediums for the mandatory tyre, which I think is for every single one. So But yeah, JP's leading the race.
Does appear, then we'll let you know.
So we're back under fuel now, so we can start to push again, which is definitely what we want. So we'll see how we crack on now and see where we can come with this one. We've still got 21 laps, so still plenty of time to really go for it, but just not what we needed there. The curse has continued for this team since Bahrain, but don't even know where Gutierrez is in all of this, so we'll wait and see. As Button still leads this one, so I think Button possibly is going for a one stop here, which could be a bit of a surprise if he's going nearly 10 laps there, as we just lost the back end there on power. So that was my bad. So hopefully we can go just a little bit longer there. Oh god, I've just seen Julian's comment. Oh my god, as if he just put that. Here we go then, on to lap number... As we've got someone in the pit lane, Massa's in the pits, Alonso's in the pits. So we could actually have some competition right now. But we are actually on target, guys, for an upgrade either way, regardless. So, as we're not last now, as second to last, as Alonso's just come out of the pits, we've got Massa ahead of us, who has actually jumped onto the soft tyres, so he is definitely on the free stop. As we're on the two stop, remember, so Massa will need to make another pit stop, so we need to see how this is going to pan out, as we've got a Manor ahead of us as well, who I think's just pitted for the first time on his two stop strategy, so we need to really pick up the pace here and catch up to the Manor, who is our rival for this race. I don't know if it's Haryanto or not. If it is, then we do need to beat him for our team goals, of course. But remember, guys, of our objectives, if we get 21st or higher, we will get a upgrade. And if you guys hit 150 likes on the stream, we will get another additional upgrade as well. So we could be potentially having 2 upgrades in this episode, guys, as we've got Marcus Ericsson, our teammate, in the pits, as I think Jensen Button will be in the pits as well. So the leaders are coming in at the end of lap 9. So that's quite encouraging for me. So we've got DRS on Massa, which is definitely what we needed right there. Oh, we're coming in late again, and we've made contact there, but I'm going to back out and let Massa take the position back. Trying to be a bit later on the brakes, just locked up there, and that is definitely something we need to be looking into, so I am going to do that right now, actually. So where's the brake bias? We'll drop the brake bias down to 56% to stop us from locking on the fronts. As I've got an issue with the brakes. Seems like we're like Haas at the minute in real life, who had massive issues with the brakes, but we've got to take... He's left the door... Massa left the door open there, but we made a bit of contact, but we've got to get the position back. And because that was... That time around again was a bit naughty from me. He did close the door a little bit, but I gave the position back as a bit of respect to Massa, and we will continue on. As you can see, if you did not recognise it, guys, in the Race of the Sub stream, that we have got the red on the Williams, which is fantastic. No Martini sponsor though, because you can't do it really, because it gets mirrored on one side compared to the other. So we're going to try and go on the outside of Massa then. Late break, round the outside we go of Felipe, and do we get it done into this corner? We do indeed, and we move up to 19th place now. So we are moving up the field slowly but surely, but we eventually got past Massa there, and Ericsson is quite far up the road, so we need to really go for it on our last stint on the medium tyres, which preferably is probably one of the nicest tyres to be on around this track, as the tyre wear's not that bad. But Kevin Magnussen in the banana car is leading this race, which is possibly the shock of qualifying right there. So anyway, we've got to continue on. The Williams looks pretty quick, so in a straight line. So Massa's coming back at us here, and Massa's just tapped us again at the hairpin section. What is wrong with Massa? He's got like a vendetta against us in this race. So we'll put that back up to 58 instead of, what, 60. So Raikkonen's in the pits again for his third stop of the race. So I don't know what happened to Raikkonen in this race, but poor tyre strategy there from the team, as there's quite a fluff of cars up ahead. So I think about 4 cars. So we'll see how we get on with this one. I'm going to drop it to mix 2, as what Jeff's mentioned. Still overcast conditions, but we'll see how we get on. As we get back on power once again, as we lose the back end again, but luckily we still hold on to Felipe Massa, who's in 19th there. So Williams looking very poor this race weekend, but you can see a Haas up ahead of Grosjean possibly. Got Pascal Wehrlein as well in P17 for Mana, so no idea where Haryanto is. And it's actually telling me to hit this lap onto a set of super soft tyres, which is a bit weird, so it doesn't want me to do this strategy call. I'm very surprised actually with this, so we could be switching to a free stop strategy right now. It's telling me to pit this lap, which I really am baffled by. Wait, look at Massa's straight line speed compared to us. It's just so quick right there, and we've got to give space to Massa, because I could see a wreck happening here with Felipe. So go into the final corner and we continue on. So definitely not what we want, but we're catching up to the pack though up front of Pascal Wehrlein and co, so that is something a bit encouraging for you guys in the chat. It did tell us to pit, but we're not going to, because there's no point. Exactly, someone said no thanks Jeff, so definitely you guys agree with me on that, from Reese. But look at this, we've got 2 Toro Rossos, a Mana and obviously a Haas, so me and Massa, even though we're squabbling for 18th place, we're both catching up to the pack ahead. So we're going to go into lean actually in this middle sector, maybe that could help us with tyre wear during this stint, so we'll see how it gets on. Go out the final corner and on the gas pedal. The gap's 0.6 of a second. The gap in front of us is 3.5 seconds, and there's quite a flurry of cars. I think there's 5 in this battle, so it could get a bit tasty right there, but we are going to have to defend from Massa once again, so we're going to pull off to the right. Verstappen leads the way, by the way, if anyone's interested, so I'll try and go to that 14-15 Reese. I'm taking your word for it. If you guys don't know, Reese Benjamin, who is a mod in the streams, is my race engineer, and we don't listen to Jeff at times, but no one's in the pits yet, but we are going to still carry on, as I do not want to do that strategy that Jeff's mentioned, because it's just pointless, really. So look at the gaggle of cars up ahead. So we could be looking tasty here for just outside the top 10, which would be quite nice for us, and gets us ever closer to scoring our first points of the season. But we'll see how we get on. As we just lose the back end a little bit there, but the tyres not looking too bad. Just gained 0.3 of a second to Pascal Wehrlein ahead of us in the first sector. Just lose the back end there, but Massa's starting to struggle now. Look at the gaggle up ahead of cars, and this is actually helping us gain so much time on like Wehrlein. We just took the 0.6 of a second out of him in the middle sector from being in this train, and it's actually spread out that train. So I don't know what's happened in that at that moment, as we had a, I don't know what happened there. We had a little bit of lag from the game, so Reese should be the but yeah, that's a good point. Is Ericsson in the points? I think he's in the points, guys, at this point, so he is definitely doing the 2-stop, so that's quite encouraging for any Lismore GP fans. We could get the Constructors first points position of the season if Ericsson continues on his good form. But we'll wait and see. Right there. As who's this come out the onto the track? It is the man who took us out. It is Jody and Palmer. And we just knew he went to the back from there. Palmer is going very slowly through this corner. I think he's just trying to annoy us and just let Massa catch up. So we go around the outside finally of Palmer, and hopefully he can do us a favour and hold up Massa for us. But we're up to 17th now.
The gap to the car ahead is 3.5 seconds.
So there we go. So where are we now? 17th. So we could be just outside the points. I think Ericsson's in 9th or 10th, if my maths is correct, but I could be wrong. 12th. I think he's in 10th place, Ericsson. So Ericsson's doing an absolutely fantastic job for the team to try and score a point right there. So that's definitely what some of you guys would like to see. But the gap now 2.9 to Verline. Obviously being held up by oh, what is it? Oh, I can't even remember now. So, oh well. Palmer then holding up Massa, which is doing us pretty well, as he's coming up with DRS. As there's a bit of a scrap behind. There's 3 cars fighting over, I think it's 14th place, and this is actually helping us very well to catch up, even though we have got the fuel light flashing. We're going to have to defend from Palmer again, but it's a bit of a comeback here. Sorry there guys, another cough. But as you can see, they're fighting up ahead. Verline nearly got past Gutierrez, but or Grosjean, I think, well it's actually Grosjean, my bad. So we get back on that power once again. Fuel is still a bit of an issue for us, but it's gone away. Get back on that power then. So we'll go through. It's a very sweeping left-hander right there. So I told you Ultimate AI is going to be a bit tricky for us, but that's what's fun about doing it. So we're going a little bit wide again. We're a little bit wide to lock up, but we are now getting ever closer to Pascal Verline and co. We will pit at the end of this lap, by the way, next lap for the medium tyres, and definitely get us onto that strategy of the 2-stop back on track, as it says lap 16 is the most optimal time to be pitting, so we will be doing that. So we're just going to brake a little bit early for the corners now. The back end is really sliding out with the 70% tyre wear on the rears. We're not bothered about that. We're going to go for one more lap on these tyres, then we're going to go on to the mediums to the end of the race. So we're only 1.8 seconds behind the pack of that train, as who's this then? Bottas comes out, as Daniel Ricciardo is out of the Chinese Grand Prix. So that's a big name out of this one, as we've been glued to Bottas, but we've got out of that once again. Go round the outside of Bottas if we can. He leaves a little bit of space for us and closes the door on us completely, but there is Ricciardo's car parked on the right hand side, and it's out of the Chinese Grand Prix. We're going to go for a late move on Bottas, who is on the medium tyres, and we've got an illegal overtake, which I kind of respect because Raikkonen's car's there. And because of letting Bottas through, Palmer got through as well, as we go into the back of Palmer there. So hopefully these two can do me a favour here and just get out of the way for us here. Oh, Palmer, don't brake there. Don't brake in that corner. We're back with the big boys again. Go down the inside of Palmer on this corner. Try and go around the outside of him. This could go wrong, which it has done. We just go on the curve there. Palmer's going very slowly. What the hell is Palmer doing there? What was he doing? Jody and Palmer is... I don't know what's going on with him in this race, but what was he doing in that corner? we're going to take the inside of him now, and we're going to move up to P16, which isn't too bad actually. But here comes Palmer. Is he going to pit this lap? No, I think he's coming in as well. Is he? No, he's not. So we're the only ones to pit. And luckily this time around we don't get the glitch, the pit lane glitch, that time round. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that has worked. It was Bottas's fault. On there, so we're going to come in for our last pit stop then onto the mediums, as there goes a manner of Pascal Wehrlein. Can these boys give me a good pit stop? The answer is no. It's still a 2.4, which isn't that bad, so
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
we're going to come out then in 18th, so not too bad, but we can try and push now, as the rest of the pack have to make another pit stop apart from Wehrlein ahead of us. So we are still on course for a upgrade, guys, so please think about which one you think would be best for us as a team going forward. So I want you guys to think about what upgrade would be the best for this car on there. So we've got, what, 12 laps to go in this one, so hopefully these tyres can last to the end of the race. But we've got a nice gap to Massa, so Massa's had a poor pit stop from Williams. Williams not underperforming here. As we'll continue on. So Button still in these pit stops leads the way again. So Button looks pretty good for some points here, as our teammate Ericsson's in the pits for his final stop, unless he's going to be doing some really strange free stop strategy.
Marcus is pitting now.
But thankfully we are definitely now, we got a free stop, two stop here, which is definitely good. So I do not know what Jeff was on about doing a free stop, but someone's in the pits. I don't know who it is, but we're going to find out in a minute. But the next race, guys, is Russia, and it will most likely be out on Monday, that race. So maybe tomorrow, but depends if I go to Autosport or not tomorrow. So we'll wait and see. But we're going to come across the line then to do lap number 18, and it's actually Kimi Raikkonen's coming out the pit lane, so he's on his 4th pit stop, and it will be his last pit stop. So Raikkonen's having a right mare here today. Why is he doing 4 pit stops? I do not know, but a bit of a strange strategy there from Jeff for his Jeff version. So a bit of a strange one there, I've got to say, on his behalf. But Pascal Wehrlein is being held up by a Toro Rosso. It could be Sant or Kvyat, we're about to find out. But backhand slides out again, but Raikkonen now up to P18, passing Massa. So he must have come out just ahead of him at that point. So hopefully those two can have a bit of a scrap, which could do me a bit of a favour right now. So we've got a short shift out of the corner, back on the power, as we are slowly catching up to these guys ahead of us, which definitely is what we want right now. 4 seconds is the gap to Wehrlein, so we've got a lot of work to do now to get these tyres up to scratch, and then on our very merry way. Verstappen leads the way then, looks set to extend his lead at the top of the standings. Remember, guys, 150 likes for the target, guys, for an extra upgrade to the car, if we can. If we do get 2 upgrades, then we just have to pick 2 upgrades that we can have finance for. But most likely it's going to be 1 upgrade for us as it stands right now, unless you guys get some like spikes going for you guys. So we'll wait and see if we can do that, if you guys can smash it. So if we get over 100, that'll be quite cool, but not enough to get the extra upgrade package for this car, which, as I've mentioned at the start of the video, is actually not our proper chassis, as that's being currently built. The FIA have actually let us, because we came in so late and running a old spec Sauber, they have allowed us to update the car if we wish so, but we are looking into maybe promoting the car, releasing our official chassis car for the season, but may come out in Spain, but we'll wait and see. Most likely the latest it will come out is Silverstone, funny enough, is our home race, so we may do an official presentation there, but we'll wait and see. But These are all rumours apparently in the paddock, so
Enough to see the race out.
we'll see what goes on at this point. But anyway, we're coming on to lap 20 nearly, with 9 laps to go as Verstappen still leads the way. But we are catching up slowly to Pascal Wehrlein at the minute, so we'll see how we get on. As we're going to brake just before the 100-metre board, and luckily for us, as we go into neutral there, that's the other thing with my wheel, is it double shifts, so that's definitely not what I don't want to do. It's the first time it's done it this race. So a lot of issues here with my Fanatec wheel, so I would love to see you guys in the chat right now. Put hashtag RipFanatec right now in the chat, which will be quite good. But we are catching up to our teammate, as you can see on the map. He's not that far ahead, so we've done pretty well considering our issues today, that we've pulled the gap down quite quickly as Kvyat and Wehrlein are side by side in the snail section, which is going to do us a bit of a favour right now. And we could be finishing just behind our best result of the season, which was in Australia, our only finish this season. And Rosberg's apparently got issues with his car now, the Mercedes, so everyone's having issues here today. But we're up by 0.3 of a second in the first sector of our PB, which is definitely fantastic for us. Back end slides out once again. Love you guys in the chat with the Rip Fanatic. That's what we want to see. As we run a little bit wide than I would have liked, but we get back on it quite quickly. There we go. What? Rain? There's rain coming in 10 minutes apparently. Where's that come from? Apparently we need 13 likes for the second upgrade, so if you guys can smash that, that would be, if that is the case, then that would be impressive if we could get that. But it's remember guys, it's down to you if you want me to upgrade the car, as both Kvyat and Wehrlein side by side through the last corner there. That is impressive driving from the AI. Who's this then? Who's this coming out the pit lane? Is that that's Magnussen, I believe, or is it Palmer? It is Magnussen going in very late into the corner in the snail section, but we just can't get past Kvyat in this section. We may do this time round because I think he's been held up by Wehrlein, and we get it done round the outside. Brilliant move there from us, but he's still there as Kvyat, who we replaced at the start of the season in the series, and we're going to go down the inside of him, and even Pascal Wehrlein as well. Late move on him, and he's now still side by side. He will have that Mercedes engine on him to give him a bit of a boost, but we get past him. And we're now up to 15th place now, so that is great driving there as Magnussen on those soft tyres, just ahead of us there, who Renault jumped us in the development race, and now we're last and they're second last, so we need a bit of revenge on the Renault team here by trying to get past Magnussen, but that's what we want right now. So, and it would be nice as well, considering it is the 14th today, that we finished 14th in this race, so that was a bit of a Illuminati confirmed. On there, and it's the day of me and my girlfriend's like since we started going out, so this is a bit weird at this point. Apparently we've got 150 likes. If that is the case, then that is awesome, guys, which will mean we're going to get 2 upgrades in this one, so we're going to have to work it out mathematically what upgrades we can go for if we have the chance. So massive thank you guys to everyone for the 150 likes. Let's try and get like nearly 200 likes. That'll be even sick. I know it's possible. It's a bit impossible, but go for up to 14th now. So a lot of people pitting at the end of this pitting already. So I don't know what's going on. Magnussen's left the door open for us, so we're going to take that. Thank you very much. As we move up to 13th place. Next up is the French Baguettes in the Haas, also on the medium. So I don't know what's going on here really with these guys. I don't know if they're struggling on their soft tyres, but we've gone purple in the first sector. That's a bit of a shock. So in the chat, guys, let's get some hype for purple. Purple S1 in the first sector. That's amazing. So let's get some hype, guys. And again, a bit of lag there. So don't know what's going on with the game. So it's a bit worrying, but we'll have to carry on. Don't know if it's a graphical glitch or something, but there's Ericsson and all of this. So Ericsson's having issues. He's in 11th place, so we're not in the points just yet. right now, but we could be on the points paying position is the guy ahead of Ericsson there in the yellow dot. So we've got what, 6 laps to do it. If we keep going like this, it could work for us as Hamilton leads the way from I'm guessing Max Verstappen in second place. On there, there won't be an extra upgrade, guys, if we get 200 likes, but it would be sick if we could smash it. That would be amazing, and it'll put me in a bit of a better mood going into hopefully race with the subs later. That would be amazing, but we are catching up quite quickly. Magnussen obviously caught us up with the DRS, so we could be under pressure here from the Danish driver, but wait and see. Is he Danish? No, I really don't know, but I know Fizzy's a massive fan of Magnussen, of K-Mag, so well, he's from up north, we'll say that, in the European places, but this rain's going to be interesting if it does come down.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel remaining. But we could be on course, guys, for a point at this point.
Ahead is 3.8 seconds.
Let's look at the tyres quickly. 36%, basically mid-30s is not that bad. So we could be fine, guys, but the fuel's the problem for us right now. But as long as we stay ahead of Magnussen, his tyres are going to be going off quite quicker than ours. So his could be wrecked before we get ours wrecked, because these are quite durable. So we'll wait and see as we go wide out of the last corner. So we're going to start off once again. Get on the power. Hamilton still leads this one, but the gap is coming down ever so slowly on the French baguette. So we could be getting, as it stands right now, our best finish of the season by 1 position, which is quite fun. Is it? No, we're going to be tied on our best finish of the season and our only finish of the season, unless we can catch up to Grosjean and possibly even our teammate, which would be quite funny considering he did pretty well at the start of the race. So we'll see if anyone does pit actually for another pit stop, which will be quite funny. We won right, but Magnussen's coming back at us once again, so we're going to have to defend again. And so he comes with the DRS. Is he going to try and make a move into turn 1? He is going for it, and we're going to have to try and defend on the inside, which we have done. And we will hold on just about P13 from Magnussen, but 10th place is not that far away right now. Hoot's having issues, which is a bit annoying, so that's a shame, Hoot, that you've got issues, mate. Might be your internet. But we've got 5 laps to go then in this Chinese Grand Prix, and we could be on for a comeback here of scoring our first ever points for Littlemore GP, which will be absolutely amazing achievement considering where we started in this race. 22nd place on the grid, having contact with Alonso with the glue glitch as I call it, then Massa and Palmer as well, and we are very close to scoring a point here on what I thought was going to be a 3-stop strategy for us, but we've managed to hold out onto a 2-stop, and I think we should be fine to the end on these tyres, as Hamilton still leads the way as he enters lap 25 with 4 laps to go on there. But K-Mag's a bit further back, which is good for us.
Okay, some information on Rosberg. It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
As we run a little bit wide of the hairpin, but we get it correct there. But we can see 10th place just come out of shot there as he went into the final corner, as we can just see our teammate as well on there. Luckily we're a bit ahead of Magnussen, so we won't have to worry about him on this straight with the DRS he's got from that Renault engine. But this is a bit of a recovery drive, this is. I've got to say I'm pretty pleased considering the start we had, that I'm up to 13th, so I will take this as a victory if it stays as it is. But Grosjean now is piling the pressure on our teammate Marcus Ericsson, so this is going to be quite a bit spicy here, very, very spicy. But let's hope that Ericsson can do us a favour here and keep holding up Grosjean so we can catch up and we can both finish a place behind or in front of each other, which would be quite nice. So we'll wait and see what Ericsson does here, but 10th place is not that far away and he's actually catching up to 9th, so this could be very, very interesting last couple of laps here. with rain coming as well. I don't know when the rain's coming, but it's going to be interesting. As I think now K-Mag's starting to struggle on tyres, so he's dropping off now. Short shift out of the corner. Hamilton again on to lap 26 now. 3 laps to go for the Englishman to pick up his win, but there goes Grosjean past my teammate and moves up to P11 in this race, and hopefully Ericsson can come back. He actually is going for it. Marcus Ericsson, go on, son. Do us proud on there, but no, Grosjean does get past and moves up to 12, so maybe. And apparently rain's coming now. This is going to be interesting. Last couple of laps. Spicy memes. Yep, you know me. But rain is apparently coming, guys, right now. So this is going to be quite an exciting 2 laps. 2.5 laps here in China. It would spring a bit of a surprise in this race, but I wasn't expecting rain because it said it was dry. So we'll see how we get on here, but we are right up the back of our teammate now. And there, I think, is Carlos Sainz in 10th. So we're just outside the points as we lose the back end a little bit. But we are fine. We've done very well to manage these tyres, I've got to say, to the rest of the field, and even our teammate, as we are getting a bit closer to the man who is our second, I think he's the second driver in the team. As we run a little bit wide on Ericsson, we are going to get DRS on Marcus Ericsson. And he will have DRS on the French baguette himself, hopefully Grosjean. What great timing that is. That is definitely going to be a position for us, as Grosjean's got issues with the car. So we have got to be guaranteed 12th here. If, but he didn't seem to have any. That's what I don't get. Brake issue. Luckily avoid our teammate there. That was very close to being a bit of a wreck, but as I said, 10th place is fighting over with 9th, which is bringing me, Grosjean and Ericsson into this. As we come up to 2 laps to go then in this race, fuel is going to be interesting. There goes Ericsson down the inside of Grosjean and moves up to P12, as we will try to follow him here. We're going to try and make a move down the inside of Grosjean, nearly making the move on our teammate, but we just can't get it done. But we both move up a place. We've got yellow flags out as Perez is out of this race, which is massive because I believe Ericsson's going to be in the points, and Little More GP has a chance here of scoring its first point. We're going to go down the inside of our teammate now. Late lunge, and we are now into. Oh, we've got the same thing again like we did before. Come on, come on, come on, Ericsson. Thank you very much. Even though you squeezed me off and you've just pushed me off. Oh, great. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, teammate. You spun round as well. Thank you very much, teammate. Don't know what you were doing. Oh, well, we're out of the points again. Absolutely fantastic. That is great teamwork there from Ericsson. Like Mexico, he's done it again, hasn't he? On us. And that has cost us a point here. And I'm absolutely frustrated with Marcus Ericsson. There's going to be words in the press conference. I can definitely tell you that right now. Unless someone else retires or Magnussen has a puncher or something. Wow. Wow. That's what I can say. Thanks, guys, for the support in the chat. I can just see your shocked reactions of what Ericsson just did there. Maybe a sacking could be coming his way. Maybe we could get Nazar in. I don't know how that will work, though, in career mode. I don't know how it would work, but if I could switch the drivers now, I would. Sack time. Wow, okay. There's the rain. Rain hype. Pascal Wehrlein's now. Everyone's dropping like flies right now. I don't know what is going on, but we're trying to hold on here from Kimi Räikkönen behind, but the rain is here. Ericsson's in the pits. If he's going on inters. So maybe he's going on inters, but the rain's coming down massively now. Grosjean's got issues, which could actually help us here. Get 11th place, which I'll definitely take, or we'll probably stay 12th at the minute, if Räikkönen's coming at me at a quick pace. So we've just got to defend now from Raikkonen. We have got fuel issues, as you may see. But I'm just trying to hold on for dear life. We are catching up to Grosjean, so there could be a position here. Up to 11th if we keep going.
The tank is empty.
Now Raikkonen's going for a move on us. As Lewis Hamilton wins this race, we're going to try and go around the outside of Raikkonen, and we get it done just about. We hold on to P12 for the time being. It will still be a best result of the season if we can stay either 12th or 13th. I think it's 13th. But now we've got to defend from Raikkonen down the straight, and we may have to do a late break here and try and hold off Raikkonen. But here comes Kvyat of all people. He's going down the middle here, but Raikkonen's got through. We're going to try and hold it down the inside. No, Raikkonen's got the position, so he's up to 12th place now, but we're going to come over in 13th place, which is pretty good considering we started last place, but it's not over yet maybe, because here comes Kvyat, and we've got it over the line. P13, not bad from last place, but it could have been some points, but we'll move on. So let's go in it.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, when you overtake that many people, I'd certainly hope you'd win the race. Their car was really effective in the slipstream here today, and the team will be pleased that they didn't cook the engine, given how long they were spending in the hot air behind other cars. They had a lot of confidence to push their tyres hard as well, especially going into the corners, which allowed for some late braking and some exciting passes.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
So there you go then, Hamilton wins, and it actually makes the championship up front quite interesting. So that's what we want to see. So Hamilton wins from Verstappen and Vettel in third. Pretty usual top three, if I'm honest, in real life. So that's what we want. But most importantly, guys, we've got 2 upgrades to take away. But first, here's Crofty.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
It's got to be Rio Haryanto. He was in another league for me today. Really impressive stuff.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Lads, first and foremost, hype in the chat for Rio Haryanto getting driver of the day. I want to see some spam right now for Haryanto. Right there, even though he's our rival, I still like him anyway. But Hamilton wins from 5 seconds from Max Verstappen, with Sebastian Vettel, who was on pole, dropping to third. Button, a very impressive 4th for McLaren, along with Hulkenberg as well, keeping his great form in the Drivers' Championship, with Rosberg in P6. Haryanto as the driver of the day in 7th place, which I do applaud. Sainz in 8th, Bottas 9th, and Magnussen scores a point. Grosjean in 11th, Raikkonen in 12th, and me in 13th, and the rest of the field is on your screen, with the retirement of Verline, Gutierrez, Perez, and the big one of Daniel Ricciardo as well. Massive name there at the bottom there. So that's what we want to see, and I love the spam of chat right now for Rio Haryanto. That's what I want to see. But what does that mean for the Drivers' Championship? It means that Max Verstappen's lead has been dropped to a point from Lewis Hamilton in P2. Hulkenberg is now up to 3rd, with Nico Rosberg in P4 as well. Vettel in P5, Button P6. The big losers from this are Raikkonen and Ricciardo. Bottas is down to P9. Haryanto's up to 12th. And where are we? We're P17. So we're still in the green, which is fantastic, as we need to be 18th behind the championship. But we've got to get a move on here and try and get some points on the board for the next race in Russia. And in the Constructors, Red Bull have been demoted to 2nd, as Mercedes are now up to the lead of the Constructors' Championship. McLaren have jumped ahead of Williams, and Manor and Renault are now ahead of us, unfortunately. So we're now at the bottom of the Constructors' Championship with it not scoring yet. But we hope to change that, guys, for the next episode in Russia. As you guys have smashed the goal already, and by the end of the race, we are going to get 2 upgrades available to us. And we're going to try and get at least 2 of them with our resource points that we've got available here, of 1,347 resource points. I asked you guys in the chat what you would like me to see in terms of upgrades we will go for, but we're not going to look into this because I think actually we're still tying actually with Harrianto, which is quite interesting, so that's quite nice. We're ahead of the session goal, which means we're going to get one upgrade. We've got the light goal, which you guys obviously got, and we're back in the purple, which is fantastic. I'm not going to listen to Emma because you guys know what that is as well. So we're going to look at the upgrades, and we're going to be thinking now of what we're going for in this one. We could go for engine and maybe down here the downforce, or maybe drag. Drag would be quite nice, but a lot of you said downforce, especially downforce and fuel from Nick on there. So I'll just go through it for maybe 30 seconds, and then we'll go and see that downforce and drag from Hootinator. So we'll see what everyone says. If downforce it gets spammed, then that will definitely be something that we are going to be looking into. But it is a massive upgrade we're going to get. We're going to jump ahead of Renault and potentially even Manor as well. So we'll see what we got. Balked, brakes, not nerf. Aquarius says engine. That would be interesting. We'll have to pick either engine or downforce in this one. So we'll just see what you want. Engine, downforce, and engine. We can't do engine and downforce, unfortunately. We don't have enough resource points on there. So we've got have Spain and Monaco coming up. Interesting. On there. So engine drag from De Omslander. Downforce and drag. Hootinator can't do that. Downforce and drag can't do it. Mad Dog. Downforce, engine, fuel. Downforce and drag can't do both of them at once. Can't do that. Downforce and fuel. So we're going to do downforce definitely because you guys are spamming in the chat for downforce. So we're going to have that. So what's going to be the other one then? We've got 511 resource points to play with. Fuel or drag on there. So we could actually jump ahead of McLaren as well. Either way. If we get fuel or the drag. Potentially. So engine, it'll be fuel or drag. Fuel's been mentioned a lot, so we will go for drag. Well, not drag, fuel. We'll go for fuel because everyone's spamming in there. So we are going to have an almighty upgrade, which will move us both ahead of Renault and Manor, and be close to McLaren Honda, which will be quite nice as well. On there, but make sure, guys, to keep coming up with your suggestions for any challenges you want me to do in any other episodes as well. So obviously I'm going to fix the delay in the streams because obviously you guys are spamming drag now, unfortunately. So I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. So please make sure to slap a like on this and subscribe if you want to see more of this career mode series on there. The more likes we get, the more on there, the better, and I will get these out as much as possible on there. So I will see you guys hopefully later tonight for the race with the subs stream, which will be on around about half eight in the evening tonight, where you guys can come along and race with me on PC if you want to. The career mode will be back on Monday, along with a special doubled announcement that I'm making on that day. Tomorrow will be the AOR PC split one in Germany, but there may be another video, but it depends if I go to Autosport or not on there. Massive shout out to everyone. So make sure to slap a like on this, guys, if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to be connected to the channel and keep up to date with everything. Social media links are in the description, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter to be informed of when I stream these, and also the race with the subs as well, which is on every Saturday as well. But until next time, guys, have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys hopefully later tonight for the race with the subs as well. But until then, have a great day, guys, and I will see you guys very soon. Until then, it's goodbye for me. Take care, guys, and see you later. #UpdateHype.